How's it going, guys? I'm John with Whitney Construction, and I'm here to talk to you today about permeability and some of the permeable issues we have here in Houston. Keeping in mind the large hurricane we just had recently and a lot of the flooding issues, I want to talk with you about permeable bases and how we can mitigate that and avoid water from entering your house, or at least kind of slow it down so that you can sleep well at night and know that you've protected your investment. So, first thing I want to talk about is what does Whitney Construction do? So, like I said, we install permeable pavements. We're all about permeable solutions, different products such as grasses, pavers, that kind of thing. But really where your permeability comes from is your base. So if you live in Houston, you know that we have a lot of issues with impermeable soils like clay. So to try to mitigate from that, we install a permeable base under our products to get that water moving, to get it infiltrating back into the earth quicker so it's not rising and getting into the back of your house. So one thing to keep in mind, it's all about the base. So what we have here, I set up a little experiment so we can show you the differences in what we do, Whitney Construction, with our synthetic grass installs versus what our competition does. We like to do it the right way. So we install 3 inches of what's called F-rock, which is a 1/4 inch limestone, and our competition tends to install decomposed granite. So if you'd like to take a look underneath here, you have your F-rock, which is a nice clean stone, not a lot of fines, versus the decomposed granite, which is almost just like dirt. There's a lot of fines in there. It compacts really tightly, but that's where you lose your permeability. So what we're going to do here is I have 16 ounces of water in both of these cups, and we are going to pour the water through the grass, which will then go through the base, and then in between our base and our funnel here we have a weed stabilization fabric, which is standard to our installations. So we're going to see literally in real time how quickly that water will drain through there or will not in the case of decomposed granite. So get set up here. And this is really to show you in terms of, if you do a pet turf, you don't want all of that waste getting hung up in your base or in the grass itself. Because then, your kids will be outside, they'll be playing in the area where your dog is, kind of rolling around in, dog waste, if you will. And you really don't want that. So you can see the water is really draining through very quickly. This is the F-rock. Again, this is what Whitney installs, 3 inches worth. We're already up to 10 ounces. If you can't see on the video, it's rising up to 12. Still draining. But again, look on top here. Aside from the water on top of the grass, there's no water on top of the rock itself. It's all running through. So we're at about 15 ounces. That last ounce is going to take a little bit to drain through. While that's going through, let's go over here to the decomposed granite. So you'll see much slower, even dirtier. You can see in there the dirt washing through all the fines. That could be clogging up the drainage systems, and that's really not what you want. Now you can even see when this gets wet, you have some water on top and it looks like a soupy, muddy mess. That's really not what you want. Slower again than the F-rock. We're up to 12 ounces and almost at a standstill. So there's 4 ounces of water just caught right in this funnel area, and we're using water, but imagine it if you were using it for a pet area, the waste that's getting caught up in there, and it's going to smell. If you come back over here to the F-rock, we're right up to 16 ounces, so all that water's drained through there at this point. On the decomposed granite, we're still just dripping up to about 12.5 ounces. So this is on a small scale, obviously, but you imagine if you had your full square footage in your backyard, the amount of water that's actually getting held up in that decomposed granite area. So again, we install Whitney Construction 3 inches of this permeable F-rock, and our competition tends to only do about 2 inches or so of the decomposed granite. So you're really not getting any additional retention in there. And just to go back to talking about the permeability of it, it's all about your base. So that water is really going to drain through there very quickly in standard rainfalls. Obviously, you can't stop Mother Nature. There are certain things like Hurricane Harvey that we're going to get every so many years that, you know, nobody can stop that. But you can at least slow it down and prevent it maybe from getting into your house quicker, so you have more time to get all of your belongings up and out of the house quicker. So go back here. Not even at 13 ounces in the decomposed granite. So again, there's 3 ounces or so that's hung up in that decomposed granite. That's just hanging around, and who knows how long that's going to hang out in there, and it's going to smell and create bacteria and mold and that kind of thing. So this is really what I wanted to show you, was how we're doing it right, and we're installing the F-rock underneath. Again, there's your nice clean stone. It compacts really tightly. Obviously this is just hand compacted because it's inside a funnel. And then here's your muddy decomposed granite. So in closing, I just want to say that, you know, if you're looking for a product that's very dependable, it's beautiful, it's reliable, then, you know, synthetic grass or any of these other options that we have to offer might be right for you. They're a little bit more pricey up front, but in the long run, it's the way to go. They're less maintenance. They're going to last a lot longer. You're not going to deal with muddy dogs bringing in mud into your house, that kind of thing. So if you guys are interested, Piper Whitney Construction is on social media. We have Facebook, Instagram, website, www.piperwhitney.com. You can see some of our past projects. If you're interested in some of our products, feel free to give us a call. Again, I'm John with Piper Whitney Construction, sales engineer, project manager. I'm on every project, yeah, thank you for tuning in. Again, we're going to have, this is kind of like a mini series, so this is just about our synthetic grass. We're going to touch on some of our other products as we go along, but thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.